we're talking all about finding your spark. And the reason I wanted to talk about this topic is I'm often asked by people, how can you be so driven? How are you so motivated? How the hell do you get through your whole day the way you do? So I thought I'd bring you some of my tips and tricks and everything that I use in my own lifestyle to create a level of health and happiness that sees me living the life that I want to live. So we're going to get started. I know there's a few people missing tonight, so I'll just let them in as they come in. So tonight we're going to talk about goals, a little bit of organization, and some few other elements that come into finding your spark. Now, just as a quick introduction, my name is Simone Louise, and this is my journey over my 3 pregnancies. So from 2014 to 2018, I had 3 kids. I went up and down the scales quite a lot, and I'm passionate about sharing my journey on how that looked for me. Now, when I was pregnant with my first son, I was only 13 weeks pregnant when we found out my husband had cancer, and we went through very traumatic times through that pregnancy and dealing with his personal health. And that really set off a real fire in me to make sure that we were staying healthy and happy. And that didn't mean just losing weight. That was literally about changing our lives to eco-friendly products and just living a level of happiness that was sustainable for us. So prior to me having Simone Louise Health and Fitness and my own health and fitness program called Fit for Life, I was actually a corporate accountant. I worked in the not-for-profit sector in accounting and finance for over 13 years. And as I had my 3rd son, I just really disliked it. I wasn't in a really great place with the organization. I didn't feel their values and what they were doing was aligned with my personal values, and it was time to get out of there. So I launched my own fitness business 10 weeks before COVID happened, and it's been a fun ride ever since. So along with my fitness app, last lockdown, I decided to sit back and really reflect on, why do people find it so hard to stay healthy and exercise? What is it that is such a struggle for them? And I started just writing down on Post-it notes everything that I do in my day that makes me successful and that sees me living a healthy lifestyle. And I created that into an online course called Shifting to Healthy Habits. So they are the 2 things that I'm really passionate about sharing. And the information that I bring on these webinars are basically little snippets of my program. So you get to see a little bit behind the scenes of what goes on and what is happening behind those closed doors. So first, I really wanted to dig in and talk about strength and what that really means to you and how that can fulfill you. Now, often when we talk about strength, we're thinking about physical strength straight away. So we're thinking about staying active, how you can manage your weight, how you can take care of illnesses that we know that come up with a healthy lifestyle. So type 2 diabetes, heart disease, all those kinds of things, cancers. We know that if we are not looking after ourselves physically well, then we are susceptible to having more health issues. So really, it's essential for the day-to-day life tasks that we do as busy individuals, whether that's shopping, whether that's managing the kids, whether that's a physical job that you're a part of. Physical strength is really, really important. But what we often neglect to talk about is our emotional strength and how that plays such a strong role in our lifestyles as well. So that mental strength really helps you to manage your thoughts, regulate your emotions, and behave productively, whether that's in a workplace environment, whether that's in your home environment. This really has no bias. It is across the board on how you deal with your emotions. Now, it really helps you to focus and maximize your effort and your energy into the things that really matter most. So if you feel that you're always having fleeting thoughts and things are just feeling really out of place and disjointed, I would really encourage you to look at your emotional health and how you're managing that. Now, I love this picture that I've put in here tonight because it really reminds me of that saying, walking on eggshells. And I think we've all heard that across our years and being brought up in this generation of just understanding what it was when someone said you're walking on eggshells, you knew that you were teetering with someone's emotional health. So when you're thinking about strengthening those aspects, a new mindset means that you can really bring in new results, which is so powerful. Now, here is a quick find your spark checklist. I'm happy for you guys if you'd like to take a screenshot of this. It's a really nice little reminder of all the things that you could be doing each day to bring you joy, to create health and happiness, because we know that health and happiness is so much more than just exercising and eating well. There is so much more that comes into it to living a healthy lifestyle. So we could be doing things like exercising, journaling, gratitude, meditation, preparing healthy meals for yourself and for your loved ones, deep breathing exercises. Box breathing is something that I like to share with you guys. Connecting with your friends and family or meeting new people, eating mindfully away from screens. We often just, when we're eating, we're just in front of another device. If we get off our computer desk, then we go and get on to another device on our phone, on our tablet, all those sorts of things. So really giving yourself some space away from devices is essential as well. So visualizing your goals, both personally and professionally, surrounding yourself with the right people, spending quality time with your family, even listening to good music, which I honestly feel like this is a game changer, or it certainly is for me. My husband loves listening to heavy metal, and it honestly just puts me in a foul mood. I can't stand it. It just makes me angry. And I don't know if that's the purpose of the music, but I'm totally not into it and I really dislike it. And with my clients that I train face to face with some of my physical groups that I have, I will always tell them to let me know if they don't like the music, because I will change it, because it really does affect your motivation and drive. So stretching and unwinding your body, getting quality sleep. This is so fundamental and something that we often just struggle so much with, especially if you're a mum, you've got broken sleep because you've got children. If you're a shift worker, your days and nights are up and down. You're trying to regulate from one end of the spectrum to the other. It's not easy just to get a good night's sleep. So doing the things that you can to really implement that healthy habit is essential to feeling well, for your body's recovery. And as I explain it to my children, sleeping is recharging your batteries, right? We don't go an evening without plugging our phone into the charger overnight to make sure that we've got a full charge of battery ready to go for the morning. Yeah, we need to be doing exactly the same thing for our body as well. So even small things like breaking down your tasks into smaller tasks, that's a great way just to reduce overwhelm and anxiety into things. Spending time outdoors, of course, we know about grounding and how important it is to get in touch with Mother Nature when we can. Having a mini pamper session, drinking more water. I am on a mission at the moment. Can't see that with that. I have like a 1 liter drink bottle going at the moment. I'm doing a challenge and I have to drink 1 gallon of water a day. Had no idea how much that was before I started the challenge. It turns out it's 4.5 liters a day that I'm drinking at the moment. So drinking more water, really healthy for you. Now, for most people, let me just say that is not a normal amount of water to be drinking, but it's coinciding with some fitness challenges as well. So the amount of water I'm drinking does offset with the exercise component that I'm doing as well. And trying something new, doing something exciting and fresh. These are all things that can really spark joy for you. Now, motivation for the win. We all go, okay, yes, we're motivated. We're going to achieve our goal. And what motivation is what it really drives people to succeed. It's about people who really want to achieve something, like say losing weight, for example. When they're really motivated, they are more likely to succeed because they really want to achieve that goal. They really want to have that success. So the motivation plays a critical role in your productivity, in the quality and the speed of what you are achieving, as well as your overall satisfaction and happiness along the way. And I think this is something that people often struggle with. around health and fitness is the fact that they really want the journey. They want an end. They want a finish line. And we all do. We want to know that we've succeeded. The thing with health and fitness, though, is the finish line keeps moving. It keeps getting further and further away, which can seem quite frustrating because you're like, oh man, I just want to finish. I just want to cross that line. And you can with small increments and small outcomes. But at the end of the day, this is a lifetime journey. It doesn't end. It's not going to finish once you finish that 6-week challenge or once you've lost X amount of weight. It just doesn't work like that. There's always going to be a new goal to achieve. So it's really important to understand that the journey is more important than the finish line. So how do we create motivation? What can we do to really make that work for us? So creating goals and values that really dig deep into your own heartstrings. And this is what I say, like, you literally should be making yourself emotional about things when you're talking about your goals. You should feel it really, really deep inside. And your goals and your values should really just create this burning desire that you want to achieve it. You just want to achieve that so much that you won't let anything else get in your way. Because here's the thing, there's always going to be a shitty day. There's always going to be something that doesn't go to plan. And if your goals and your values aren't there, you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off the wagon and you won't achieve what you want to achieve. So it's really important that you have those goals and those values in place, because otherwise it just won't happen. You won't get there because you won't care enough to do it. Absolutely. For me, when COVID first hit, and when I first started my business, I had a face-to-face gym. I wasn't online at all. And then when COVID happened and I was challenged to go online, I had to really think about whether that's something I wanted to do. Was I ready to be online? Is that where I wanted the direction of my business to go? And I really sat down and evaluated that. I had to work through some personal limiting beliefs and some stories in my mind, because I never believed in online fitness. I thought it was crap. No one does that. Why would you want to work out online? So I had to really rewrite those stories for myself, and I challenged myself and said, well, Simone, if it's so crap, then make something better. Do it better than what everyone else is doing out there. And creating those goals and values is what has pushed me through to continue to drive forward amongst lockdown after lockdown, every single challenge you could be faced with when you're starting a new business, not able to access any grants or any government subsidies or anything that came through because you're so new. All the challenges and adversities, I've gotten through all of that because I really understood what my goal is and what my values are. And I keep continuing to work towards that. So the benefits of goals is really, it's building your self-confidence, it's increasing your productivity, helps you focus, it gives you the motivation to succeed. Okay, so when people say, how do I become motivated? Get your goals in check. That's what you really need to do. And then that also provides you with the ability to be more informed to make those decisions. So when in a minute you're having to decide what you're going to do, you can just take a moment to breathe, come back to center and say, okay, is this aligned with where I want to go? Is this the right track that I want to take? And when you're really clear on your goals and your values, you'll be able to answer that yes or no, and should become very clear. So your goals guide you to focus. And I really believe that whatever your mind believes, the body will achieve with you. So it's getting in that positive mindset. It's about working towards what you want to do as well. So how do we create goals? Now, my top advice is to really have a strong brainstorming session. Like, do whatever you need to do. If you need to get outside into Mother Nature, go for a picnic or something like that by yourself. You need to be doing this by yourself. You can't be doing this with a group of people or anything. You really need to take this moment out for yourself for thinking. So it's best just to have a blank piece of paper and don't edit your ideas. Don't try and work out how did that thought get there or what does that mean. Don't try and dig into your thoughts at this process. Just whatever comes into your mind, just write it down. And I like to use the framework of what do I want to be? What do I want to do? Or what would I like to have? Be, do, have. And I just keep thinking about that. What do I want to be? What do I want to be? What do I want to have? What do I want to do with my life? And I keep asking these questions and I just write things out, write it everywhere. Doesn't have to be in any sort of order. You can change color pens or anything that's kind of sparking inspiration for you, but just do that unfiltered. And what I really like to do, because I am competitive with myself, I set a timer and I set a limit. It's 30 minutes. I need to have all my ideas out in 30 minutes. And you'll find that your best ones will come in the last 3 minutes. So you can even give yourself a shorter amount of time if you need to. Now, what is really important when it comes to setting up these goals is crunching the why. Why is it important to achieve that? So although we still work in the fact that we all know about SMART goals, right? We want them specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time-bound. Yeah, okay, got it. We all know that. That's nothing new. But what we don't really consider is to why. Why is it important to you to achieve that goal? So for example, if we were talking about weight loss and someone come to me and said, I want to lose 5 kilos and I want to do that by the end of the month. Okay, 3 weeks. That's achievable. That's your typical structure of a SMART goal. But why do you want to lose weight? Why is that important to you? Because if you don't understand why it's important to you, on the days when it gets hard, on the days when you're not feeling like eating the salad or drinking that water, you don't have anything to push you. You don't have that motivation and drive behind it. So when you understand that your why is because you want to get out in the backyard and run around with your kids and have energy, or you want to feel really good in that summer outfit that you're going on holidays with your friends, that is what's going to push you forward when you don't feel like making the decision for the healthy habit. So that's why it's really important to drill down into that why. And I like to you got to ask the why 3 times. And I say that because sometimes we can just give a surface level why as well. But when we keep asking ourselves, why is that? Keep questioning yourself. Why is that? Why is that? You will actually get to a deeper level of understanding yourself that you didn't even know existed. So it's a really, really powerful process. Now, along with that is actually coming into reflection. And this is the component that people often miss. And this is why after a 6-week challenge or something like that, you'll hear everyone put back on the weight, no one kept it off, and everyone's back to where they started, because no one's taking any time to reflect on their actions after that moment. So I believe it is really, really important to reflect each month, month after month. And that really increases the quality of your goals. You can pivot and adjust your goals if you need to. It helps you improve your results because you're reflecting on your own performance, and it leads to better self-awareness. So the more aware we are of ourselves and our behavior, the more we can tweak and adjust to ensure that we are still really hitting that goal of where we want to get to ultimately. Now, I shared this on my webinar last night, but I think it's so valuable. I'm going to share it with you all again tonight. So this is what I like to call the wheel of life. And this is my version of what makes up a healthy, balanced lifestyle for me. So that comprises of exercise, my energy, my contribution, and generally that's back to community, or how am I giving back to those around me? Fun, social, learning, mind, relationships, money, and food. So these are the components that I work on, but I would suggest that you change these to anything that you need to really suit what you are looking for in your dynamic. These are my values. These are my core things that I focus on and how I like to achieve them. So each month I reflect on each of these areas of my life, and I basically give it a rating out of 10. So 1 would be closest to the bullseye in the middle, and 10 is when I'm filling up that whole triangle of the wheel. So in this example, and I just like to add that it's really hard to do triangles in a presentation. So it's messing with my OCD that's not nice and neat, but I'm going to get past that. So normally I would actually just draw this in my journal, okay? So I can just color it in. So essentially what I want to be looking at doing is filling up each of those triangles. And the reason that I do that is because I want to be thinking about how I can run this wheel of life, what I consider this wheel of life, because if they're all filled to the edge, then it's all going to run smoothly, right? My wheel can roll, and happy days. This is the ultimate life that I want to live. Now, looking at this, if there wasn't that circle around the outside, how is this quadrant going to roll? It's not. It's going to be jagged. It's going to be bumpy. It's going to be one hell of a ride, right? So I can reflect back on this and go, oh, all right, what happened for me this month? What was going on? All right, well, I contributed a lot. I actually did a couple of nice fun runs, or I did some fundraising activities. And that meant my social life was pretty good because I was out then. But my food was actually worse because I was eating out quite a lot and I was at these events. And I actually spent a lot of money because I'd bought more stuff at other stores or things like that. But the charity events were exercise driven. So that was pretty good. I did a lot of exercise and I made some new friends, and that really improved my relationships. So I just literally talk myself through what happened in my month. How did I manage my own energy? Where did I excel at? And where did I really drop the ball? And then I can go, all right, what am I going to do next month? How am I going to make that better? How am I going to spend less money? Or how am I going to have more fun? Or how am I going to keep learning? What am I going to do for myself? That is one of my values. And if anyone saw my post over the weekend, I actually don't watch TV. So it's quite funny when I was at a physio appointment with a client today, and they were all talking about how Britney Spears is pregnant, apparently. And I was like, okay, I would not even have any idea. I just don't watch that news. Because for me, I would rather listen to a webinar or an audio book. I would rather invest my time and energy into learning. So that is why that section is on my ultimate lifestyle. So you change these categories on however they suit you. Adapt it to however it works for you. But at the end of the day, if you can really fill up these quadrants, then you're winning at life, right? You've created a healthy lifestyle that you want to achieve. So if you're interested or you want to talk more about your specific situation around your lifestyle, anything that I talked about tonight, or any of the things on previous webinars as well, you are welcome to book in for a 15-minute discovery session with me. I'm just going to grab the link up and pop it in the chat. So feel free to book it in if you want to. Basically on that call, it's really quick, fast paced. As you can tell from me, I like to get to the point. I don't like to waste people's time or my own. And I like to give tons of value and support to everyone. So I can't copy the link. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm going to get distracted if I'm trying to do two things at once. All right, here we go. So here's the Calendly link if you would like to book in and have a chat with me so we can get really clear on where you are right now and what you want to achieve. So in the call, we basically go through a whole heap of stuff, looking at what your current schedule is and your lifestyle, what your goals and your challenges are, and see really what is achievable within the next 90 days. Now, 3 months is a really good time frame to work on when you want to work on your goals. Like a month is nice, but if you really want to actually hit a bigger goal, a month isn't a very long time to be doing that. So after we just talk about what you actually can achieve within that 3-month period, we'll dive into your schedule and just talk about what you can have each week, where you can work out, where you can eat healthier, and sort of just where you can adapt your schedule to make those healthier habits, and prioritizing all your tasks and things like that. And then at the end of the call, we will just wrap it all up. I'll give you some recommendations on how to stay one step ahead no matter what happens, so you can execute your health and fitness regime without any excuses. Stop the excuses. Because, it really is my whole purpose to help people find a lifestyle balance. I'm definitely not about to tell people to go and exercise every day and prescribe a certain type of meal plan. My philosophy is really a customized approach to what you need, and every lifestyle is unique and different. So I just want to end on saying, fuel your desires with passion and purpose, and you will be unstoppable. Honestly, I truly believe this. If you understand where you want to go and what you want to achieve, there is no way anything will get in your way. If you feel that strongly about where you want everything to go in your life, you will make it happen 100%. And I am my own testament to that. I just keep moving forward. I don't ever feel that I will give up on anything in my life, because I understand so deeply what my passion and purpose is that I just won't ever quit myself. It's just not going to happen. No matter what barrier happens, no matter how many adversities I face, doesn't matter. That will shape my journey. It develops me into the person that I am today. And I'm forever grateful for the journey, because there is no end line. There's no finish line here. It's continuously evolving. So I need to find peace with where it is at each step of the way, and keep navigating that road to what I really want to achieve. So I am so grateful to have you here with me tonight. And for those watching the replay, this does get emailed out to my list tomorrow, and you will see a small snippet on social media. You can find me across Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I'm pretty much a little bit everywhere. I've got a YouTube channel. You can watch back any of my webinars on my YouTube channel, or find them on my social platforms as well. So I'm going to stop screen recording now, as I always do. So at the end of the webinar, you are welcome to ask any questions, any feedback that you have about tonight, and just know that that part of the recording does not go out, so it isn't recorded. It is just an open Q&A for your privacy. So ask away, ask me anything.